All right, cool. So LCS finals just ended, and with that, all of the teams that are going to MSI have been revealed and the groups have been drawn. So I'm going to do my predictions, my MSI predictions. This is going to be all filmed in one take. I'm not going to edit it at all. I'm just going to post it. I woke up at 3 in the morning. It's now 6:30 at night. I have to go to bed, so I'm just going to do this one shot, super fast. We're just going to go through it. I'm going to go through the different groups, say how I think each team's going to do, what record they're going to get, and then we're going to get the six teams into the Rumble stage. I'm going to make predictions for that. Then I'm going to make predictions for the semis and the finals. So we're just going to kick it off with Group A. I think that T1 is going to go 6-0. I think that's a pretty obvious. But this is where it gets a little bit tricky because I don't know anything about Team Ace. I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't follow the LLA after I saw that. Sorry, Gillette Infinity was not that good. I kind of lost interest, and then the only other team that I thought could put up any kind of a fight internationally was Astral Esports, and they got knocked out in the finals. So I have no expectation for Ace whatsoever. I don't recognize any of the players from solo queue, nor do I recognize them from any other regions. So I don't have any expectations for them. I also don't have any expectations for the VCS team Saigon Buffalo because they're actually not the number one seed from the VCS. The number one seed from the VCS was Gigabyte Marines. And if you get first in the VCS, you actually qualify for a different tournament. And then the second place team comes to MSI. And I also know that the VCS literally only has one good team, and that Saigon Buffalo is not exactly a top level team. So I actually don't know what to say for these teams. And for that, I'm actually gonna say DFM's just gonna get straight 4-2. They're gonna be the other team to get out of the group. Let me just make this right align. Okay, and then I'm gonna say, just because Saigon Buffalo did go 3-1 against Gigabyte Marines, so I know they can put up a little bit of a fight. I'm going to give them a 2-4, and then I'm going to give Ace an 0-6. Now, keep in mind that I do think that Ace could potentially have 8-2-4 run, and then it could be Saigon Buffalo with the 0-6. So I just don't know anything about Team Ace. I'm not confident, and I do know that Saigon Buffalo is good enough to take a game off of Gigabyte Marines. So this is what we're going with, which means that it will be DFM and wrong thing, DFM and T1 that get out of Group A for me. So we'll just highlight them. All right, Group B, IW, PSG, Red Canids, and RNG. I think, again, pretty obvious. RNG is going to go 6-0. This is where it gets a little bit tricky for me. So I think that Red Canids are going to go... I think they're going to go 0-6. I like Red Canids. I think they're a good team. I'm really excited to see Grefthar internationally again. I like a few of the other players on the team. They did beat Pain Gaming in the finals, so that's all cool. But the problem is that I feel like Group B is just a really strong group overall. If Red Canids go 1-5, maybe 2-4, but that's the best I'll give them. I don't think they're in any kind of position to be winning any games here. This is where I have my first kind of weird prediction. So because I actually think that I'm super high on the TCL. I think that IW performed really well at MSI last year despite going 1-5. All of their games were super close. I believe that IW actually they had Mad Lions in their group last year, and they did pretty well. They pulled out some good games. So I think that IW is very good, especially their top laner Starscreen. I absolutely love Starscreen. I think he's one of the best Western tops right now. I think he's super slept on, so watch out for him. And then the other thing is that you probably all know this from my Worlds predictions last year, that I was super crazy high on PSG. I thought that they were going to make semis. Obviously, it didn't happen. They lost in groups. But the thing with PSG is that, yeah, sure, they lost River. He went to NA. That's whatever. But the big thing is that they lost Maple. Maple actually went to the LPL on Team Anyone's Legend. So PSG has a new mid and a new jungle, and they didn't actually look all that impressive. They dropped games this year for the first time ever. Beyond Gaming's roster got screwed over. Doggo went to BLG, and then their mid laner got caught match fixing or whatever that was. So they had to change their their mid bot, and overall they didn't look that good either. So I feel like overall the LMS, they're not called the LMS anymore. The PCS just looked a lot worse this year. And I don't have as much faith in PSG, even though they still have Hanabi and Kaiwing and Unified. And I really like Hanabi and I really like Unified, and I think Kaiwing's okay. I still think that PSG are actually going to not make it out of this group. So I'm going to give. I could give 3-3s all around and then say that IW wins the tiebreak, but I actually am just gonna give a 4-2 and a 2-4. I think that IW is good enough to make it out of the group. So we'll see if that happens, but that is my prediction for now. So we'll just get green on those. And then for the last one, these teams all play each other 3 times, and I don't think that G2 or EG are going to be able to stomp the other team completely. So just real quick, we're gonna 0-6 order. I don't think they're gonna win any games, and then I think that G2 Esports is going to go. Hold on, wait, I just have to think this out for a second. So I think that both of these teams are going to. No, all these teams play each other 4 times. Yeah, 4 times. Okay, so yeah, I think that it's going to be. So EG is going to win both their games against Order, and then I think they're going to win 1 game against G2. Wait, how does this work? Why is my brain not working? Hold on. Sorry, they're going to win. Wait, why is my brain actually not working? Why can't I think about this? Hold on. I need to check last year's MSI, see what happened with. Hold on. Okay, that's All-Star. Do I not get to see MSI? Oh, here we go. Oh, it's just going to show me this year. Okay, let me see if I can. MSI 2021. I need to see how that group with this one. Okay, so did they really all play each other that many times? Did they all play 8 times? Goodness, that's a lot of games. All right, well, so let's just assume they do the same thing. Okay, Order's going to be 0-8, and then EG's going to win 4 games against Order, and then I think they're going to get 1 game against G2, which means that their record would be 5-3. And then I think that G2 is going to win 2 games. Yes, I think I got this right. 2 games against EG and then 4 games against Order, so their record would be 7-1. Is this right? 12 wins, 12 losses? Yep. Okay, cool. So there we go. I do think EG can take 1 game off. I don't think G2 is strong enough to win all of them, but I think that G2 is a better team. So there we go. There's our 6 Rumble team. So let's get them up there. DFM, T1, IW, RNG, G2, and EG. Okay. So in this stage, DFM 0-6. Easy peasy. They lost their mid laner, Evie. He was their best player. Sorry, not mid laner, Arya. Arya was the best player. Evie's still on the team. Evie's really good, but I don't think they're good enough to make a splash in the Rumble stage. 0-6. I think that T1 is going to go 6-0. That's also pretty clear. I just need to make sure. Just kidding, the Rumble stage is 10 games. Yeah, I probably could have figured that out. They all play each other twice. Okay, cool. 0-10. Awesome. 10-0. So that means that RNG will lose to T1 twice, and I don't think that they can beat IW, G2, and EG every single time. They've got to lose at least one, right? So I'm going to give them 7-3, and then I can figure out the logistics of how it's going to happen later. Let me see. I think that IW can get their wins against DFM, so that's 2 wins. And I think that of their games against G2 and EG, they can get at least 1. So I'm going to give them 3-7. All right. Again, I don't think that the TCL is quite up to where G2 and EG are. I would say that if IW were in the LCS, that they would probably be 5th place, is what I would say. And then that just leaves these guys. So again, I don't think that G2 or EG are good enough to shove each other aside. So you know what? I'm just gonna say they're both gonna go 5-5, and then they'll even everything out. That makes things simple. I don't know if there's gonna if they were 5-5, would they have to play a tiebreaker to determine who plays against who? Because if they play a tiebreaker, then G2 is gonna win. That's my prediction. So hold on. If tie, G2 wins tiebreaker. Because I don't know if there is going to be one, but if there is, then that's what I think. So I'll just make that bigger. Cool. All right, and then in the semifinals, we'll have T1, RNG, G2, EGG. Wow, that's crazy. Who would have thought? Okay, so if things go the way that I think they will with the tiebreaker, then that would mean that G2 would play against RNG and EG would play against T1. Sadly, I think that T1's going to 3-0 that. Sorry, not sorry. I don't think that anybody's going to take games off of T1. And then RNG G2. I actually don't think that RNG is all that good. I think that V5 really should have been the LPL representative, but RNG kind of clutched it up, and V5 did not win. But I think G2 can take one game. I'll say they can take a singular game against them. And then that will put finals T1 versus RNG. And surprise, surprise, T1 3-0. Sorry, not sorry. And so then there we go. That is the entire predictions list for MSI 2022. There we go. That is all. All right, cool. Video ends.